Now, he's one of the world's most acclaimed directors, known for his eccentric, gothic and surreal filmmaking. Tim Burton's archives of costumes, models and drawings from films and programmes like Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands and Wednesday are going on display now in London. Charlotte Gallagher went to meet him.
The world of Tim Burton is usually on screen. Now it's on show at the Design Museum in London.
Well, it's like one movement, 24 frames per second.
The Hollywood journey is an Alice in Wonderland kind of journey. You go up, you go down, you go sideways. That's just the way it is. But I did feel lately, doing Wednesday, going to Romania and just doing it, and then doing Beetlejuice, you know, it kind of reconfirmed the fact that if people want me to do something, it's best to let me do what there's often a case of, like, once you become a thing, that they want you, but then they don't want you.
Yeah.
And so you get into this sort of Kafka-esque sort of environment of, like, well, they want you, but they don't want you. So what I realize now, and maybe because I'm older as well, it's like, okay, I'm just going to do what I want, and if you want to do it, fine. If not, then you don't have to go on this journey with me.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange?
I think you're quite rare among directors and writers and creators in that you're a bit similar to Roald Dahl in that you don't patronise children, you don't patronise kids, and they're drawn to the monsters and the scary stuff.
It's exactly, I mean, I can't tell you how many films, every film I ever did. And first of all, I never said I'm making this for children or adults, right? So, but they go, you can't, so it's too scary for kids, even like Nightmare. And you know what? It's the big, I've heard this every single time, and every single time it means nothing. It's funny because, like, little kids' Nightmare, little kids, I grew up watching monster movies, so I know some kids can handle it, some kids can't, and that's fine. You know, everybody's an individual. You don't have to force them Clockwork Orange style to sit there and watch a horror movie. You know, they'll either go for it or they won't go for it, like I did.
Can you be scary? What do you think of this?
When you're making one of your films or you're making a sequel to one of your films, do you just kind of have to block out what's going on the internet, what people are saying, and just make your own film?
Yeah, anybody who knows me is I'm a bit technophobe, and so what I find is, that's why I don't go onto it much. If I look on the internet, I found really early on that I got quite depressed. It was interesting. It scared me because I started to go down a dark hole. I looked up things where, you know, I mean, I looked up things like buying some dinosaurs, which was good, but looking up things that I just felt like I was going down a dark path, and it didn't make me feel good. So I try to avoid it because it doesn't make me feel good.
And how do you feel about artificial intelligence? Does
well, I
it
mean,
scare
it's like
you?
something I can't even quite fathom. I mean, all I know is from what I said, where there was an AI version of characters, Disney characters designed by me, AI, right? And until it happens to you, you really don't understand it. But it was quite disturbing. It was I was intellectual, it was emotionally disturbing. I felt like my soul had been taken from me.
And the monsters in your films are often the ones that visually, they look scary, they're monstrous, but they're the ones that people connect with the most, and they tend to be the heroes. Is that intentional?
When I grew up on watching these movies, I mean, it was very clear, all of them, from King Kong to Frankenstein to Creature from the Black Lagoon. All the monsters were the most emotional. You know, the humans were the ones that scared me. They were the ones, the angry villagers in Frankenstein, like the internet, these nameless faces, you know. And the monster always had the most emotion. It had the most feeling, even though they were looked upon as a certain way. Like stuff.
And it's not just monsters that Tim Burton is a fan of. He also loves dinosaurs.
Some dinosaurs.
Was that a real dinosaur? Like, not a real, but a skeleton then of a dinosaur?
No. I bought, me and my friend, we bought, like, ones that you can find at amusement parks.
Oh.
So I have a 50-foot Brontosaurus. I've got a 20-foot T-Rex. I got like 10 dinosaurs.
Because I think Nicolas Cage has got a real T-Rex.
Sure. No, he's got a real one.
T-Rex
No, but he's minor amusement park. Oh, here, they're just moving them in my backyard.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So yeah, I got my dinosaurs.
That is very cool.
So will we ever see a Tim Burton dinosaur film? Charlotte Gallagher, BBC News, London.